On this edition of Forever Home, we're going to be giving you a tour of these hardwood floors in Landenberg that we just finished resurfacing and give you a glimpse of what this is starting to look like as it comes together. We're still working on trim. We're still working on some touch-ups. There's some details left to finish, but we want to get you in and show you part of the process. Let's get going. Here we go. So this is an absolutely beautiful home set back in the woods here in Landenberg, and they had a sunken living room, which just was not really conducive to doing life anymore. Was getting in the way, was becoming an accessibility hazard, a tripping hazard, and just a mobility piece. So we wanted to try to get that taken care of and raise that up so it was a little bit safer for our client to get around. And so if you remember before, this area was down and in, and now we've got it raised up. So we're gonna give you a tour throughout the whole house. The guys have done a phenomenal job sanding down the old floors throughout and working on the 3 coats of finishing on this. It's coming together absolutely phenomenal. So we'll give you the glimpse kind of starting at the garage side of things and just flowing through the kitchen space. Obviously we are still under construction. There's a lot of cleanup to be done, and yes, refinishing your hardwood floors is a bit of a messy process, but when we're done, this is going to be all cleaned up and beautiful looking. You can see the new floors just coming together absolutely gorgeous through here. And as we come around, this is where that sunken living room used to be. You can't tell anymore. It's just a nice, beautiful, continuous, I would challenge you to find the joint in the floor from where the old one was to where the new one is. It's just not there. There's no squeaks. It's absolutely quiet. And when you come in from the front, let's walk back to the front door here. You're able to come in, make that right into the room, and everything's happy. We can see that our guys have raised the electrical outlets up, so these were down at the level with the sunken floor. They're now up at proper height with the new flooring. And so once she gets her area rugs in here and the furniture moved back in, she's gonna be ready to really enjoy this new space, and it's gonna be a lot safer to be able to get around and do what we need to do here. So we'd worked up a couple of color samples for the client using both some water-based and some oil-based finishes, and so she selected to go with she liked the water-based finish better, and just absolutely 3 coats of this, perfectly smooth, no bumps, no riddles, no bubbles, no anything, and just really coming together super nice here. If you're walking around in your bare feet, it's going to be a beautiful floor to walk on. The texture is just wonderful. There aren't any of those bumps and ridges that you find in some hardwood floor finishes. So our team working to finish nailing on some of the last of we were able to save the baseboards that we took off of that sunken living room area, and we put them in the garage for the duration of the project. And now that the new hardwood is in, we're able to put that material back on so it's gonna match. She's got a very square edge piece of baseboard down here, and it's already stained, everything already matches. We don't really want to go through and try to change all of the baseboards. So we were able to save those, and because of how the sunken living room, the top level overlapped the bottom one just a little bit, there was just a hair bit of extra that we were able to cut off on those 2 sides to be able to make them match perfectly and put them in. So that's going back in, and then they can continue with the brand new quarter round that's going all the way out around throughout the house. Now this by far has to be one of the most challenging areas in the whole house when we talk about refinishing a hardwood floor, to get in around the nooks and crannies of the staircase, to get yourself physically underneath there to do what needs done. And we'll edit in some extra footage here and show you that our team just did a beautiful job. There are a couple touch-ups still left to do in the back corner, but you can see they got everything sanded all the way back to the edges, and even the area under here, there's no corners being cut. This is being done, it's being done correctly. When we're finished, it's gonna be absolutely beautiful. Now, one thing to think about when you're having hardwood floors refinishing, or there's any kind of dusty work that's taking place in your house, even with the vacuums and the different things that we use to contain the dust, to suck the dust in, we still have stuff that blows up in the air. You absolutely want to tape off. If your contractor doesn't do this, please ask them to, or do it yourself. Get some painter's tape and tape off your return ducts. What you don't want is you do not want your HVAC system to suck that dust back into the system, clog your filter, and cause you problems with your heat and air system. So just one of the ways that we protect the house when we're doing work like this, we want to tape off any of these ducts before we start stirring dust up inside the house. The other thing that we always encourage our guys to do is grab a zip tie and take these chandeliers and zip tie them up high out of the way so you're not banging your head on them throughout the process. There's no table underneath here, so it's easy to walk underneath and smack your head, but we want to help protect your chandeliers. So one of the ways we do it is just to tie these things up, pull them out of the way where they're going to be problematic in that space. So something to think about when you're talking to a crew to hire to do work on your house. How are they going to protect your HVAC system? Are they going to take care of protecting your lights so they're not getting smacked and banged and all those kind of things? So in this particular project, we are removing all of the metal floor grate registers. Those are all coming out, and we're replacing them with these beautiful stained to matte wood covers. And then the guys have all of the stained quarter round out here ready to go. and working on cutting things to size. So there's lots of beautiful options that you have when it comes to flooring. Whether we sand down and refinish your existing floors, whether we change the color, whether we add a shade to that and add some dimension to it, or whether we stick with something more clear, more traditional, totally your choice. We've got lots of options in the palette that we can work through and discuss with you. Taking out, if you've got something that you don't like or carpet you don't like and it's just subfloor underneath, you want to put in a luxury vinyl plank. We have several options of those. We have some that look like stone. So lots of choices, lots of things that you can do with the floor coverings in your home. So if we can help solve a problem for you, take a picture of it, send it to us here on Facebook. If you're talking about flooring, you know, sketch a little bird's eye view of your house, take some measurements, take a picture of that, send it to us. Along with your contact details, our office staff will be happy to assist you. They're standing by ready to answer your calls and your Facebook messages weekdays, 9:30 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon at 484-748-0008. Choose option 2 for Cope Boat, your full service construction and renovation company, and extension 2 for new projects. Cope Construction and Renovation is a registered home improvement contractor in the state of Pennsylvania, number 88078, and licensed in Newcastle County, Delaware, 10490. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button, click the notifications bell so that you can get to stay up to date on all the videos that we're putting out 2 and 3 times a week with wonderful tips that you can use as you're interviewing contractors for work on your house and your forever home to make sure that you're able to separate those who know what they're talking about from those who don't. There's nothing that we can't help you with. Roofing, siding, windows, doors, decks, anything on the interior of your home, kitchen renovations, bathroom makeovers, finished basements, plumbing, electrical, drywall, spackle, paint, build you an addition, a custom dream house, or a garage. Let us know. We'd be happy to help. Remember, we're finished with it. You're proud to say it's not just done. It was Cope Built. We'll catch you guys in the next edition of Forever Home. Bye for now.